The Rundown, presented by WrestleSTAR. Today's video, we're going to talk about Randy Orton's recent comments about Vince McMahon and some shocking comments, I will say that. Could more WWE stars be on its way out? Also, one WWE star recently suffered an injury at a live event, and you're going to hear the truth about CM Punk. Much more in this video. Let's start it off with Randy Orton. So, there has been a lot of talk about this new era in WWE, how things are usually better in WWE, both on TV and behind the scenes. Many wrestlers have stated that things are more relaxed under the leadership of Triple H. Seemingly, the product is better when watching it. They've taken a lot of elements that were existing under the Vince McMahon era and has changed things with Triple H. Also, it helps that Kevin Dunn is not around anymore. Now, Bob Orton was recently inducted into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, and while at it, Sportskeeda's Bill After got the chance to speak with Randy Orton, where he discussed this new era and the changes within WWE. Off the top of my head, listen, I love Vince. He gave me so many opportunities. I think it was kind of time for him to move on. It's unfortunate that it happened the way that it happened, but it's nice to have people in charge of me that understand how important it is for you to be home for birthdays and home for Thanksgiving and home for Christmas. Vince McMahon had Raw on Monday Night Live. He doesn't care if you have kids. I came to him when I was 35 and my back was really starting to go, and I pleaded with him like, man, I gotta not do as many shows. Maybe do half the tour and be able to recover. And he just looked at me, he's like, I need you on those shows, Randy. Mother Nature gets us all. To hear that and go, okay, well, I guess there's no other thing that I can do other than wear myself down to the nub until I can't walk anymore for this man. All the opportunities he gave me, it's nice having him out of there. It's nice having his son-in-law, Triple H, running the game. Nick Khan is great, too. Everybody at TKO that's come in and stepped in, they seem to get it. And it's a different era. I think the way that they care for talent nowadays and make sure the talent is good, if they need a little bit of a break, we're only human. They get it most of the time. Now, this is what a lot of other people have stated. CM Punk, most notably on the Colt Cabana podcast, right? He talked about how he just got knee surgery, and Vince called him up, hey, pal, I need you for a TLC match with Ryback. And it's like, Vince, I haven't even been medically cleared. Well, we'll get a doctor on the phone and we'll clear you. And it's like, what are we doing? It's that old-timey kind of cartoon, carnival-esque mentality of like, he's the promoter. And these guys are still brainwashed. I mean, just look at Randy Orton's comments. He's still brainwashed from the Vince McMahon mentality of, well, he gave me all these opportunities, so I guess I'll work myself to death to the point where I can't even walk anymore. It's like, what are we doing? Well, that is the WWE system. That is the WWE way. And Vince McMahon being no longer associated with WWE, well, it's better for everyone. It's better for the fans. It's better for the wrestlers. It's better for the employees. It's better for the state of the wrestling business, and as we've seen, WWE have greatly helped, and they've prospered because of the pivot from Vince McMahon to Triple H. Could more WWE stars be on its way out? Well, Angel Garza, Chad Gable, Ricochet, Natalya, Humberto Carrillo, they are all WWE talents that have their contracts slated to expire. Carrillo and Garza are the latest from Fightful Select. Their deals are up in August 1st to be exact. This comes off the heels of WB coming down to the wire to re-sign Drew McIntyre coming into WrestleMania, re-signing Seth Rollins, and we cannot forget Becky Lynch, who was legitimately the Women's World Champion when her contract was slated to expire in days. She had to drop the championship, and now she is on a hiatus. I've done this in a recent video that's coming out, but WWE has got to address this problem. You cannot have talent literally coming up days. In the case of Chad Gable, who is days away from challenging Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title at Clash at the Castle, who his deal expires on June 9th, yet he's in a title match on June 15th. What are we doing? They have got to do this with Garza and Carrillo. They've been negotiating with WWE, and there are said to be offers from WWE on the table regarding them. They've got to figure this out. Unfortunately, one WWE star finds itself on the sidelines because just like any other wrestler, WWE is a physical sport. Just like AEW, New Japan. I don't care what the style is. It's still pro wrestling. Injuries can and will happen. And Carmen Petreka, she finds herself on the injury list because Carmen, she last wrestled on the May 31st NXT Live event where she defeated Jakara Jackson. And she was with Natalya on Tuesday's episode of NXT for a match against Izzy Dame. And it was noted on commentary after Carmen was seen on a crutch that Carmen suffered an injury at the live event. Now, we don't know the status of her injury. We don't know the exact injury. We don't even know when she's going to return to in-ring action. She did take to social media to share a photo of her foot wrapped and noted that she would never give in, and she was the only thing that she was afraid of. So, obviously, we wish her a speedy recovery. The injury bug bites another NXT star. Finally, Trick Williams, the NXT champion, slated to defend his championship against Ethan Page at NXT Battleground. He spoke with Adrian Hernandez, and he spoke about the influence of CM Punk on the NXT roster when he attends NXT live events and advises younger stars. Now, keep in mind that Punk, he has somewhat of a reputation with some from his time in AEW. However, since returning to WWE in November at Survivor Series, he's been internally praised by those in the company. Williams said, "Mentor is a perfect way to put it, man. He has been a blessing for all of us who would take the time to go actually talk to him and reach out to him. He's helped me with a few things. I feel like if the crowd knew about it, they would be very grateful that he did it." I'll just leave it there. Shout out to CM Punk. He's been a positive light for all of us in NXT, end quote. Yeah, he has. He's been a positive influence on a lot of people in WWE. And despite the fact that you may or may not like him from his AEW run, or even his first WWE run, you have to acknowledge that CM Punk has done great things in WWE. His first run, and obviously his second run, is off to a little bit of a rocky start. A guy like Trick Williams, though, he is a bright spot on that WWE roster. He is someone that the company can really rally behind, and he is going to be a player for them for the next 10 years. He's got the look, he's got the charisma, and now he just needs to piece it together and put it all together with the in-ring ability, and he's getting very good at that. I like the fact that they did not fast-track him to the main roster when they called up Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. Trick Williams is still very, very green. He's only been wrestling on his own for, a year and a half, right? Because he was paired with Carmelo Hayes for so long. Even if you look at the way that WWE has positioned him in NXT, going from Carmelo Hayes' bodyguard now into a top star on the NXT brand, you have got to know that they see big things in Trick Williams, and they are expecting big things from Trick Williams. But you don't want to push him necessarily too fast, too hard, because then he will get overexposed, and then he would ruin any credibility that he not only built up in NXT, but as well as the hype and promotion around him when he makes his main roster debut. Just because you have 2 out of 3 check marks of what WWE is looking for in a superstar doesn't mean that you need to pull the trigger and send him to the main roster and have him exposed, because you could have waited 6 months before he checks that last mark. And I think what they're doing now with Trick Williams in NXT, putting him in a program with an established guy in Ethan Page, who could have a shot at dethroning him at Battleground, I think is a bright move, and I applaud them for what they've been able to do with Trick Williams.